Hi everyone, Kelly Bear here, and yeah, I'm doing a pre-recorded video for the first time in ages. I've been on the lives for quite a while because quite frankly I'm lazy, and also it's a bit different now that my husband's been working from home due to the pandemic. It means that you know, he's needing to use the internet, and me taking time to like render and upload videos can sort of make the internet struggle if he's using it for work and for meetings and stuff as well. So that's also another reason. But it is Sunday, the 26th of September. I had to think about that then. I've got myself a cup of tea, and as you'll see by the title, I am doing the reading habits tag. Now I need to get my phone, I've just realised, because I have copied and pasted all of the questions into a little notes thing on my phone. Now apparently this tag was originally created by a channel called TheBookJazz, I think, back in 2012. So this is almost a decade old. But I found this via Laura over at Aquamarine 18, and I will link hers, who had consequently had been inspired by Katey Flowers doing it, which I've now also watched as well, which was fun. So I will endeavour, what a wanker, oh my god, I will endeavour to I will try to remember to put those down in the description box afterwards, and I'm going to write it down because I can't trust my memory these days, it's really bad. So link videos. Okay, and anything else that I'll keep this here? Anything else that I might need to remember? So yeah, this is 11 questions, but I'm gonna make it. No, it's not. It is 11 questions, but I've got like a little extra thing at the end, and I'm just gonna jump in because everyone, the two that I've watched were quite short. They were like around 10 minutes, and I have a tendency to waffle on quite a bit, as is my way. But I'm going to try and keep this as succinct as possible. She says famous last words. So here we go. Here are the prompts. 1. Do you have a certain place at home for reading? Kind of. My favourite place to read is right there on the bed, with lots of pillows propped up, because I do get a lot of achy paininess. It's a chronic illness thing, so I do need to remain as comfortable as possible. And I've been trying to, on and off, to varying levels of success, read downstairs on the sofa in the mornings whilst having breakfast, to try and get some more reading in, because I'm not reading anywhere near as much as I was, because I'm not going out and about and commuting on jobs or needing to read in the middle, like during lunch breaks on photo shoots and things like that. So I'm just here most of the time. I'm pretty much here all the time. But yeah, I do. That's my particular place. I don't have like a really comfortable place to sit and read in my home. My sofa isn't particularly comfortable. My dining chairs are not comfortable. It's a real like bone of contention, and something that I would really like to remedy soon. Even this desk chair isn't that comfortable. Woe is me, right? 2. Bookmark or random piece of paper. Well, a preference for bookmarks because they're pretty, and I'm all about that hashtag aesthetic, as those kids these days say. Feel old. But I have also been known to use a train ticket, a receipt, a postcard, like like a sweet wrapper, like whatever I can get my hands on if I need one in a pinch. I have a selection. I get gifted bookmarks quite a bit throughout my lifetime. I've been gifted bookmarks, fancy metal ones with like beads on the end. I don't like those ones. They're like those weird metal, and if they've got like things on the end, it makes them top heavy and they just fall out of the book. No good for putting in your bag as well, because it's going to fall out and or get bent or broken. Looks pretty, not practical. I don't mind. I'm all about the hashtag aesthetic, but it also needs to be practical, okay? There's no point if it doesn't do its job properly. But I also, you know, I use these ones that you get like free when you order, or go in like Treadwells. They always give you a bookmark, or like Wordery, Book Depository, bookmarks that I've bought or people have gifted me. So there's this, you know, bear one which holds the book place. That goes on the front cover of your book, and then this holds your place, which is a really fun one. They do all different animals for these. I have ones that I have made myself. This is the one that I keep inside my tarot journal. It's just a felt. It was just used from off-kilts of felt and a little pom-pom I made. And I was testing out whether I wanted to, like, I was testing different bookmarks out to try for my shop, and I didn't know whether I would, you know, I don't know, because this actually was quite time consuming, and I don't know if people would buy them. So I was like, I nixed that idea. But I was like, it's a cute bookmark though, I will use it. But what I mostly use for bookmarks, and this may be common for many of you in TarotTube at least, is the extra cards from decks. I have these in the top drawer, in my little drawer unit in my desk, and whenever I need a bookmark, I will grab one of these. Works a treat. Yeah, great. Number 3, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or a certain amount of pages? Okay, I really don't like stopping mid-chapter. I saw Katey Flowers one, and she was saying that at a push she will stop where there's like a new paragraph in a new section, and I will do that in a pinch. So I like to sort of read for a certain amount of time, for a minimum amount of time. Like I like to read for at least 30 minutes if I can, just to get a good amount of reading in that session done. But also, like, if I am just about to finish a chapter and it's been 25 minutes, then I'll just usually stop there unless I'm feeling tired or struggling with concentration, which is an issue for me. But yeah, it makes me feel, I just don't like it. No. So the answer is no, I don't like stopping mid chapter. 4, do you eat or drink while reading? Yeah, I like, one of my favourite things to do is to get all the cushions, everything set up here if I'm going to have like a reading session. And I will make myself a cup of tea, and preferably have a snack as well, like, you know, a couple of hobnobs, or maybe a snack bar, maybe some chocolate. You know, yeah, I'll have a snack. That, you know, tea and biscuits goes together perfectly. It seems almost churlish not to enjoy a couple of biscuits whilst having some tea and reading. I don't have any biscuits right now because I'm filming and talking, and also we don't actually have any biscuits left. Again, oh, woe is me. 5, multitasking, music or TV while reading. Who are you people that are listening to like lyrical music or TV in the background whilst reading? Like, I will try and read, like, say I'm in like a waiting room and there's like a TV in the background, I will read, because I don't usually want to watch whatever bobbins they've got on the TV. It's usually trashy daytime nonsense like talk shows. And I will try to read, but I do find it distracting. So no, I don't do that. At a push, I will listen to relaxing instrumental music. I'm quite fond of piano instrumental classical music, so I like Chopin and I like Satie. They're like my two favourite piano-esque, or Debussy's music. But for the most part, what I do is I listen to sounds, rain sounds. I'm a pluviophile, and I will often go onto I've got the Headspace app, and I will put the rain sounds. They've got loads of different rain tracks on the app, and I will listen to that, or I will pull up one of those like many hour long crackling fire library or study like room, and there's like the sound of wind and rain and thunder, and then there's like, yeah, there's a fireplace and it's crackling, you know, the fire crackling, just to like make myself feel extra cozy, like if I want like to be a bit extra. 6, one book at a time or several at once? Well, at least several all at once. I will generally only have one fiction on a go, but I will have multiple reference and non-fiction books on the go. So that could be dipping in and out of poetry books, short stories I don't count for fiction. I find those easier to dip in and out of. Biographies, autobiographies, history stuff, and then, you know, I'll also like I've got some books here I was going to show, and then like there's like art books that I'll dip in and out of for inspiration. I'm looking over at my bookshelf. I've got a bunch of art books and sewing books and photography books. So yeah, all the books all the time. 7, reading at home or everywhere. Well, pre-pandemic, everywhere. On the tube, on the bus, waiting at the bus stop, waiting at queue at the post office, at the park, you know, waiting for a friend in a coffee shop, just going to a coffee shop to read, in the local library, like just everywhere. all the books all the time. But I don't really go anywhere apart from like medical appointments, so I'm either reading here or in the waiting room. A lot of the time though, I'm noticing I'm taking a book to try and read, but I have hospital phobia, anxiety, so trying to read in the waiting room is really, really different. So I usually try and read, give up because I'm too anxious, and end up just scrolling through Instagram on my phone. Gotta do whatever you need to do, right, to just get through. Oh, hang on, my screen's gone. And then reading out loud or silently in your head. Generally, as a rule, reading in my head, but sometimes I will read out loud little bits that I like the sound of. Like if there's a particular collection of words that sounds really nice, I want to hear how they sound out loud and how they feel in my mouth. If that might sound weird, but yeah. So, but for the most part, in my head. Reading on the tube out loud is going to A, piss people off, and B, people are going to think that they're going to want to step away from you. Which is probably a good thing now that I think about it, given COVID, so maybe I should start doing that. I can't read on the tube anymore because I have to be too aware of my surroundings, because the carriage will get too busy, people will get too close, people are not wearing masks, so I'm constantly having to gauge be aware of my surroundings, and like having to hop off of a tube train if it's getting too busy and then wait for the next one. So yeah, the joy of being able to just read on the tube or the bus has been not forever ruined, but during the pandemic has been ruined. 9, do you read ahead or even skip pages? I'm sorry, again, who are these people? If it's non-fiction, if it's a reference book, generally no. It depends on the book. Like a lot of tarot books, like 78 Degrees of Wisdom, I read right through, but I've got to the point where I don't feel like I have to read like a tarot guidebook or that comes with a deck all the way through from beginning to end. I can just dip in and out and look at certain cards, but there are some that I still read through, like the one that I'm looking up again because I can see it. The ones that I have read through are the one that comes with the Numinous Tarot. I've read that all the way through. The Antique Anatomy Tarot, that's quite a nice short book. I've read that all the way through, cover to cover. But yeah, I will Untold Tarot I read all the way through, cover to cover. Workbooks I will read all the way through because you need to work through them. They're a workbook. So generally, as a rule, I will read cover to cover. But if it's a reference book I've had for a while, yeah, I'll be like, oh, hang on, I remember that thing, and I will dip into it. So I guess that's different though, because I've already kind of read it. So what even am I saying? 10, breaking the spine or keeping it like new. Now, back in the day, I was very precious about my books, and I wouldn't write in them, and I wouldn't dog ear that. I wouldn't like bend the pages over, and I'd try to keep the spine intact. But those days are gone. I don't know what happened, but I just became sort of a bit more of a chaos goblin when it comes to my books. And I actually read somewhere a few years ago, and I can't remember where it was, somewhere online, that breaking the spine of your books will prolong their longevity. So I can't remember. I think it was like a university professor or someone, and they show you, and it wasn't a video, but they explained like what they teach their students when they get really large textbooks, what to do and how to go about breaking the spine breaking the spine so that it remains malleable, because otherwise it can dry out or something to do with the glue, and then when it does finally crack, it actually damages the book. So it's better to sort of preempt that, apparently. And I think, yeah, that seems to be the case with regards to the books that I've had for a long time, where they've sort of fallen apart a bit, where I didn't break the spines, I tried to keep them intact. 11, do you write in your books? And then that comes off the back of the other one. Yes, I write in my books in pen. I write in them in pencil. I highlight them. I turn the pages over at the corners. I tab them. I stick post-it notes in them. I do all sorts. So not so much fiction, because I'm just reading it for funsies. It's a bit brain fluff. But last year I did the Literary Witches project, where we read a book a month. It was like a book club thing. And I would tab and make notes and then write up my reading notes in a notebook so that I could then do the discussion at the end of the month. So all of my Literary Witches books that I read, they all are like tabbed, the fiction ones, because they're all fictional poetry, so they're all tabbed. More so though, reference books. So here's my Untitled Tarot. It is tabbed to hell and back. This is a little over the top. Like this is I'm really bad at tabbing stuff, and there's loads of like post-it notes in here as well, if I can find it. Oh, there was post-it notes. Did I take them out? I hope they haven't fallen out. Oh, like there's post-it notes with notes written in, for example. Maybe there were less in there than I wrote. Like there's like little post-it notes underlining, and it's, you know, it's highlighted. This one is with green highlighter. Oh, there we go. Some more post-it notes with ideas and things. But I need to then transfer the notes, and then I will take more durable tags, like the plasticky ones, and tab the more pertinent places that I want to reference to more regularly. But I still haven't transferred the reading notes from this and gone through it again because executive dysfunction. And I don't write in. I sometimes write in pencil in fiction paperbacks. Like I said, I did in these ones because it was also like a project. But very rarely, and I will never write in like art books and art and design books. So this is my vintage fashion. Collecting and wearing designer classics, because for those of you who don't know, my formal training was in fashion design and development, and that was my career until I was 30. Another thing that I do that wasn't mentioned in this that I wanted to mention, and actually I pulled this book out in my live chat a couple of days ago and a bookmark fell out. And this is another thing that I do. Either I get partway through a book and I don't go back to it for months and months on end, or even like a year or two, and I leave the bookmark in where I got up to, or I just leave and I leave bookmarks in books that I like to refer to. So for example, this is a bookmark that's just chucked in there because this is one from my friend's comic book, Bearlands, which is about zombie bears. I'm a character in one of the comics, and as a bear, I mean, that was inspired by me, which is such an honour. Yeah, just because if there's books that I want to refer to all the time, like I want to have a bookmark ready to go. And then like another one, I grabbed another random book off my shelf and I was like, oh yeah, look, there we go. We've got a Bubba Studios card in the front there, just in case I'm like, you know, if I'm working on a particular spell thing that I want to use for like an Esbat or a Sabbat, I can be like, oh, I think I'm going to use that, and I'll just pop that in there. I don't have to like go over to my drawer or go searching. There's already one there to go. So this is something that I refer to. This is something I dip in and out of. So I just leave the bookmarks in the books. Here you go. This one's got a bookmark attached to the front. Should I want to like refer to a bit and keep it the space for a while, and I'll keep the book out for a while. Wow, that was a waffle. Nearly 20 minutes, double the length of most people's. But it is me. What can we say? What can we do? That's just how I roll. So yeah, this was fun. It was a little sort of tarot off the tarot track, but that's fine. We don't just do tarot stuff on this channel, and a lot of us tarot nerds are also big book fans, big bookworms. So yeah, I'm gonna go before this gets even longer and just have my last little sip at it. It's just the right temperature now, so I'm going to go enjoy that. So yeah, thank you for joining me. If you've watched us all the way to the end, well done. And I'd love to see some more of these. I need to search out the hashtag or search it out. I imagine there would be a lot of old responses from back in the day. Back in the day, like 10 years ago, was super long ago. It feels like a long ago. It feels like a long time ago now. So yeah, anyway, this is getting rambly, so I'm going to bugger off. You take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Hi everyone, Kelly Bear here. I haven't done this, i.e. pre-recording a video, for quite a while, at least not like a tarot, like sort of fun tarot one. I had just had a look through my in my studio, tarot studio. Oh, let's try that again.